Hey friends, this Sunday is Palm Sunday, the beginning of Holy Week. And as we enter into this sacred season, we're continuing with our Lenten theme, everything in between. This week we're reflecting on two extremes in the Palm Sunday story from Luke chapter 19, shouting and silence. We usually imagine Palm Sunday as this noisy and joyful event, the shouting of hosannas, the crowds pressing in, the sounds of the palms waving and cloaks hitting the ground. I mean, it's a parade after all. But if we look closer, we also find silence. The silence of the religious leaders, watching nervously, trying to keep order. There's the silence of Jesus as he rides, saying nothing while the crowds cheer. The kind of silence that carries weight, contemplation, determination, maybe even grief. We wonder if Jesus, hearing the sounds of the crowd, if those shouts buoyed him up, or did his silence help him steady himself for what was coming next in what would be a very difficult week? I'm reminded of my very first Sunday, my first Palm Sunday at Southgate. Back in April of 2020. Everything had just shut down for the pandemic for just a few weeks. And I'd started posting regular videos on Wednesdays just to keep in touch with you all. I posted a video on April 1st as we were approaching Palm Sunday. I was talking about how much I missed your faces. And I even asked you all to send in selfies of yourselves holding palms, whether it was a homemade palm branch from construction paper or a house plant or even your own palms, your hand palms, because sometimes you have to make your own parade with what you've got. And we made a parade out of those selfies for our Palm Sunday. I even tried doing a demonstration of making your own palm leaf out of construction paper, which quickly proved I was not cut out to be a YouTube crafting star. But that Sunday, that Palm Sunday, I stood in an empty, nearly empty sanctuary, speaking to a camera, and the silence in that room was loud. And I remember wondering at that time, how would we stay connected as a church family when we can't be in the same room? I remember how quiet the whole city felt, how even going to the store felt strange, like the world was holding its breath. I will never again take for granted the sound of laughter in the hallway of this church, of the sound of the children from our preschool as they walk by my door on their way to play. It reminds me of just how sacred both sound and silence can be. This Sunday, we'll talk about that tension, when to shout and when to be silent, when praise gives us strength and when quiet gives us peace. So as Holy Week begins, I invite you to ask yourself, what are the moments in your life that call for shouting, for joy, for justice, or celebration? And what are the moments that call for silence, for prayer, for grieving, or just catching your breath? And how might God be present in everything in between? I hope you'll join us this Sunday, and as always, I am so grateful to walk this journey with you. See you soon.